Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you here this morning. And yesterday, thank you so much to all of you who were there for the live stream. It was really cool and we were able to have a good time together. So I appreciate all the support that I get from you guys, from the whole BTC Moneymaker community. So let's have a look at what happened yesterday. Of course, the Feds announced that they were going to raise the interest rates to 0.5%. That is 0.25 points in total. And that was already part of what everybody knew. It was no surprise. And that means since the 15th of March of 2020 is the first time that we raised the interest rates again. So again, we are at 0.5% at the moment. Based on that, we did have a small reaction. I actually was counting on a bigger one. But either way, I'm okay with the way things played out, and I think you guys too. So you can see we did have a bit of a dip here after we found out the news from the Federal Reserve, but immediately the price went back to the exit point. And the market usually reacts the same way. Whenever there are news about, let's say, numbers for unemployment or any financial or economics report, usually what happens is the market reacts either by going high or going low, but typically it goes quickly back to the original point of exit when they heard, or when the news were released. So, and we can see that, of course, not just here on the 1 hour chart, but if we go back into the 15-minute chart and we look, we see the same situation. This is the exit point, which is the area where we are currently trading in at the moment. We can also see that this little consolidation area has been tested. That is, of course, another good sign. And another even better sign is the fact that we tested this uptrend line down here. That's also good for the price of Bitcoin, and we can see that is the case not just here on this time frame, but as well on the 1 hour chart. We as well are testing our EMA line, as you can see, for support. It could be that we drop to the 50 EMA line here before we resume the move towards the upside. That is, of course, a possibility. Another thing to notice here is that we are having trouble getting over the 41,500 US dollar price line. As you can see, we tested that, and we can even put a resistance line here. We tested that twice already. We're not able to overcome it. In fact, there might be a double top forming here, but if we look at it from a technical perspective, that is not really going to have much effect. It could just bring the price down to, as I said, the 50 EMA line down here. But still, things are looking better. So it is important that we do take out this support that we have, or this resistance, that we have at the top. Also that we take out this high over here. And that, of course, when we look at it, we do remain inside this uptrend. That is already a good sign for Bitcoin. And now I wanted to have a look at the Wyckoff accumulation and distribution patterns. So for that, I pulled out a graphic that we can look at together. Here you have this distribution Wyckoff events chart. And as you can see, there is initially an uptrend that brings the prices to remain at a relatively high level. Then you have a small correction, then a new high, then an accumulation, followed by a drop again in the prices. So when we bring up our weekly chart, so we can have a look. In fact, actually, I think it might be better to look at the daily chart. Yep, that's much better. So here you can see the similarities that we have with the pattern that I'm showing you here. But of course, here the question is, where are we at the moment? So what happens is, after the drop in the price, you find yourself in phase E, which then turns into an accumulation phase. And so you do have this massive sideways trading period for accumulation. And once you take out these highs, then you have the big explosion towards the upside. So let's go ahead and compare that to what we are going through at the moment. So of course we do have accumulation 1 here on the left, same as we have on our chart. That leads to this bullying pre-tension area as well, which is what we see here, the exact match. Then we go up to our second accumulation before we go into our distribution. Then we have a drop in the price to another small accumulation phase that then leads to the final accumulation here at the bottom, which is accumulation 2. And so as you can see, and this is what I was just mentioning, we do have to take out these 2 highs in this case, or 3 over here. Once we take them out, then the move towards the upside should then continue. So of course the probability here is rather high that is what is going to take place. In fact, here when we look at our chart, our current chart, we see that we again are in this accumulation that's very similar to the one here over to the left, and that from here is where we'll get to see this breakout. Also, you can see this downtrend line here is about to, it's coming into this, the tip, or you know, the final corner of this triangle, because we do have of course our support line here as well as the resistance. So the area here is getting very smaller and smaller, which means that at least towards say 1st of April we see if the price drops or if the price goes up. So of course I think it's going to go up because we do have a lot of accumulation similar to what happened here from May to July of last year, and that is pretty much what is happening and could happen again this time around. On the daily chart, a good sign is that we finally had a daily close above our 50 EMA line, as you can see. And of course, yesterday we ended up on a rather okay, at the very least, note. And we're getting close, of course, to our downtrend line here, which means it will be very interesting to see, of course, how we react. Another good sign is we haven't built a new or a lower low. As you can see here, every time we get higher and higher in these lows, that's also a good sign for Bitcoin. Now let's have a look at what is happening with Ethereum. As you can see, the coin remains inside this symmetrical triangle formation over here, and it's important, of course, that we get above our EMA lines. In fact, that would be around the price of $2,815. That also brings us close to this downtrend line that could, if we do break out of it, of course, could give a push for the price much higher. This, of course, also depends on what Bitcoin does. There's probability that we get pushed back down to retest our support here if we get rejected, but it all depends again on how Bitcoin reacts. If Bitcoin goes up, then of course it's going to pull Ethereum up along with it. Moving towards the upside, will be important that we do manage to stay above the $3,000 line if we get there. Now here in the dominance, we see we remain at 43%. We did have a bit of a dip yesterday, but there wasn't much to go crying home about, and I think we're going to go up to 45% soon or later. Now here, and this is not financial advice, what that means, of course, as I've always been highlighting for the past weeks or so, for the whole portfolio, altcoins are very attractive, but not to trade them right now. If Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins do go up, but not by much. But if Bitcoin drops, they do fall 2 or 3 or even 4 times more than Bitcoin does. So be very careful when trading, if at all, altcoins at the moment. And if you guys really like this video, I would really appreciate it and be thankful if you guys support the channel by liking the video, by sharing the video, by subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, and of course hitting the notification bell. That way you can ensure that we can continue to provide this quality analysis every day. Now let's go back to Bitcoin before we close today, and just to say that for the type of market that we are in, Bitcoin seems to be relatively stable. Even yesterday, as we announced, or the Feds announced, the rise in the interest, even though the traditional markets did have a bigger drop than Bitcoin did, Bitcoin remained stable. So that also is a good sign. Anyway, I'd like to hear your comments. If you have any, please leave those below. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Basti. Bye bye.